Miss Rachel Vincent.
Today is the day we've all been waiting for. We finally made it. It's been a long journey, filled with tears and laughter, triumphs and failures, good times and bad times. Through it all, we've had our families, friends, teachers, and coaches there to believe in us and cheer us on to success. Thank you to everyone out there who supported us and helped us reach this point in our lives. We wouldn't be here without you. But now it's time to take the next step in our lives, to take control of our futures, to plan and dream, to discover who we are, to start coming back. It's time for us to take our place in everyone. Author Marianne Williamson once stated, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us." We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? The road ahead won't be easy, but we'll all have our moments when we doubt ourselves. It will be up to each of us to make of our lives what we will, to decide if we want to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous. No one can make that decision for you. Who will you be? What are you going to do with the time given to you? These are the questions we must ask ourselves in the coming months as we separate and begin to make our own ways through life. But as we leave, let's not forget where we came from, or the people who started us on the road to success. Thank you, East Canton, for all you taught me. In our hearts, we will live on, East Canton, you are truly.
At this time, it is my honor to introduce our valedictorian for the class of 2015, Miss Megan Gothard.
Before I begin, I would like to start off with some thank yous. First, I'd like to thank all the teachers I've had throughout my time at East Canton for their tireless dedication, support, and for teaching me how to read. A special shout out goes to Mr. Samley because he had to teach my non-visual brain the right hand rule in physics class this year a lot. I would also like to thank Senor Bueller for teaching my very white self how to speak Spanish, Mr. Bundy and Mrs. Raver for teaching me how to write, though in very different ways. I'd like to thank Mrs. Lenhart for teaching me how cool history is and how, thanks to AP, it's cool I never have to take it again. I would like to thank my mom, additionally, for teaching my not morning person self for the past 2 years first month. I would also like to apologize for Nick and I's terrible lab procedures. I'm glad we've gotten past that. Finally, I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Vaughan because I would hate to break his shout out streak and because calculus is really good. I would also like to thank Mr. Lloyd, Coach Martinez, and all other coaches that I've had the pleasure to play under throughout my time at UC. Sports have been a huge part of my time here, and so have each of you. You have all been wonderful role models and have helped me in ways I could never repay. For that, I am truly grateful. I would also like to thank the staff and administration for the continual support and their hard work for the betterment of our school district. They have given me the green light on so many crazy ideas, from intramural matball tournaments to senior class feeder games, and their work for graduation and for the daily existence of the school district is very much appreciated. Right, now on to the actual speech portion of my address. Ask any 18-year-old in America, and they're ready to move on from their childhood home. I was no exception to this rule this year. However, when I first got into the real world and began applying to colleges, I was shocked by a few things. The first was that, to my enormous disappointment, not every smart kid gets into Harvard. The second was that some people had no idea where Ohio is on the map, let alone that East Canton even exists. This sounds simple, but the truth generally shocked me. After all, my entire life has been focused around this village and the people that live here. It is where my friends, my schoolwork, my sports, where they all took place. To people outside the community, I struggle to explain my background. How do you explain this school district and this community that has shaped me so significantly? What I found is that much more than the end to Route 30, East Canton is people. Good, kind-hearted people who genuinely care about one another. who are willing to fill your lockers with balloons and jump your car and then bake you a casserole. The number of people that join levy committees, community celebrations, that rally when someone needs a helping hand is astounding to me each and every time it happens. Teachers always willing to listen, friends always willing to throw a smile your way. I've experienced this selflessness firsthand every day of my 13 years here in East Canton schools. It is the very essence of our school district, what stays the same through changing personnel and the passage of time. It is what I cherish and love about East Canton. It is what I will remember for the rest of my life. Now that our class is headed into the big world, it makes me even more aware of how special these people, the community of East Canton, really is. It does my heart good thinking about all those that have impacted me in this gymnasium. This gym where I played so many basketball games and is so chock full of memories. I remember so many great times, so many lessons learned. This school has been the background of our entire lives thus far. It has been our safety blanket when we must soon be behind. But rather than fearful, it makes me happy to think of our class and how we can use the strong foundation the school has provided to bring good to the many corners of the world, whether it be through nursing, missionary work, engineering, or by some other means. What we can accomplish is indeterminate and is the answer to the many difficult questions society asks us to answer today. East Canton is our home, and while we as 17 and 18-year-olds may never admit it, we will miss it dearly as we move on to the next stage. It is what binds us together now and for the rest of our lives. It is where we have grown up and what has given us the foundation to achieve so much in life in so many capacities. I would like to thank my family for their constant support throughout my life, to my friends for fighting in the trenches beside me each and every day, and finally, on behalf of this class, the class of 2015, I would like to thank the community and schools of East Canton for shaping us into the young people we are today and the adults we will be in the future. Thank you.